You're watching News 4 Today.
Yes, you are, and we appreciate it. Good morning. Thank you for staying with us on News 4 Today. I'm Tony Perkins.
I'm Alec Green. At 6:30, just about, Jessica Faith is here with us in for Chuck Bell. Melissa Molay checking up on the roads and the troubles that you're following.
A lot of problems this morning with full closures. We'll talk about all of that in just a second. You're not causing any issues on the roads, I can tell you that.
You know, we have a little bit of wildfire smoke that's moving into the area, but overall, no air quality alerts as of right now. That's something I'm going to keep an eye on. Like, temperatures feel nice.
It felt great walking in this morning.
No AC needed on the drive in.
Just crack the window a little bit, let in the fresh air. Yeah. You'll be good to go. Yeah, no issues even with rain coming. Rain chance tomorrow, but really spotty showers, so no overwhelming rain chance coming our way. So we continue to be comfortable. More clouds, and you can see in the background how cloudy it looks this morning. Spotty showers tomorrow, not going to be a big issue, and we crank up the heat next week so we can enjoy the rest of this week with it feeling quite nice. Now, speaking of that wildfire smoke will continue to filter into our area. You may notice it today into tomorrow. That's something to keep an eye on. That's something we will continue to keep an eye on if any air quality alerts arise. No alert right now, temperature wise, really looking good as you step out the door. Gaithersburg at 63. We actually have many spots in the 60s, even lower 60s, like Winchester at 61. 71 on the warmer end of the spectrum in D.C., but still a very nice mild start to the day. As you get going, you'll notice the cloud cover throughout the day, keeping it mostly cloudy. Temperatures in the 70s through the morning, into the low to mid 80s this afternoon. Now coming up, I will be timing out that spotty chance for rain for Wednesday, hour by hour, because it's been a while since we've seen some rain. I'll let you know when it could wet our roadways a little bit. That's all coming up. Melissa?
All right, thanks, Jessica. Crash investigation, Stafford, northbound Route 1 at Forest and Woods Drive. All lanes still blocked. One southbound lane also closed. Northbound Route 1 at Market Street, Fredericksburg. All lanes blocked there for an accident as well. Outer loop at Allentown Road, overturned vehicle still causing delays on the Beltway. Beltsville, Powder Mill Road at BW Parkway. Overturned vehicle and a downed tree there, so just be careful if you're headed that way. And then, of course, Bethesda, southbound Wisconsin, between East-West Highway and Montgomery Avenue, all lanes blocked there by a water main break. Take a different route if you possibly can to avoid this morning.
All right, Melissa, thank you. 6:32. We need to begin with some tragic breaking news this morning. A child has died in an overnight house fire in Suitland. Prince George's County Fire tells us the fire started around 1:45 this morning at a home on Auth Road. That's near the Beltway and Branch Avenue. We're told the 9-year-old was pulled from a second-floor window and taken to the hospital where they died. The child's mother made it out of the house with the help of a neighbor. Our Juliana Valencia will have a live report coming up in the next 10 minutes.
As Maryland's largest school system prepares to return from summer break, a bombshell from the Montgomery County Inspector General has now come to light. The report found what it calls serious lapses in important personnel security measures required by state law and county policy. It says in some cases, contractors began work before their background checks were completed, and some volunteers who could have had unsupervised access to students were not screened. A joint statement from the Montgomery County Council President and Vice President says they are frustrated by what they call a lack of coordination between the state and county agencies involved in this process.
We are going to have the Inspector General, the Superintendent, and other responsible parties before us on September 26th to talk about the report, what progress has been made, but then we will also have follow-ups to that as well.
Superintendent of Schools Thomas Taylor responded with an email to families that claims every current working MCPS employee has completed a criminal background check. He says all employees hired before 2019 will be rechecked and entered into the FBI monitoring system called RAPBAC.
Now we have an update on the school bathroom debate in Northern Virginia. The Loudoun County School Board met for a closed session to, quote, discuss legal matters. The school district is one of 5 in Northern Virginia told by the Department of Education last month to rescind policies that allow transgender students to use bathrooms and locker rooms that match their gender identity. The districts were originally given 10 days to comply. That deadline has been extended to August 15th. Protesters on both sides of the issue gathered outside a special closed-door session of the school board yesterday.
A new elementary school is coming to Prince George's County, and today crews will officially break ground on the new Hyattsville Elementary School. The new site is just a short drive from Busboys and Poets off Baltimore Avenue. School officials say it will accommodate nearly 650 students and feature 2 specialized classrooms to support students with special needs. Hyattsville Elementary is set to open in the fall of 2028. All right, it's a great day to be out and about and meet your neighbors and build community, and that's exactly what police agencies across the nation will be doing tonight for National Night Out.
You know that is an annual party with a purpose. Events are happening all across our region.
Okay, so we go back to Joseph Omo. Okay, still sitting in the police vehicle live in Bowie at Allen Pond Park with more on what folks there can expect. You're having too much fun already.
This is an announcement from the Bowie Police Department. Come out to Allen Pond Park tonight from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. for the National Night Out. I promise you guys I'm not in trouble, even though I'm sitting in the police cruiser.
Always wanted to do this. Hello, good morning, Millette and Tony. We're here hanging out with the chief of the Bowie Police Department, Dwayne Preston, joining us live on News 4. Tell us more about what the family can come out and see today at Allen Pond Park.
Yeah, so we're excited to have National Night Out here at Allen Pond Park from 6 to 8 p.m. A lot of resources, a lot of vendors to give resources from the community. You know, just a wonderful time to spend with our residents and those in the community. Come out, meet the Bowie Police Department and everything that we do. This is the kind of event that we love to do. And actually got to come see the helicopter from Maryland State Police. That'll be the highlight.
That'll be very, very exciting. No, the highlight's meeting you, Chief. Come on now. Come on. And your officers. And your officers. I want to bring in Elizabeth Seton High School President, Dr. Lisa Griot. What does this mean for you? I know that you're going to have students out here today mingling with police officers. What does it mean?
Yeah, so I'm a 30-year resident of Bowie, the city of Bowie, so I'm excited as a resident, but also over half of our students and their families actually live here in the city of Bowie. Yeah. So we'll be out here celebrating with the community. We'll have a table. Folks can learn more about our school, and really we're modeling for our girls how to be engaged members of the community. So we're very excited to be here.
I can tell. You know, 2,000 to 3,000 people come to this event every year, and like you kind of heard the chief say, it's about, you know, seeing police officers in a setting that isn't just an emergency when we typically think of, you know, interacting with police officers. And we got to shout out Mission Barbecue this morning, coming out here early in the morning with their amazing sandwiches. Megan is with Mission. You guys are going to be here later today. What do we have on the plates?
We've got some pulled pork sandwiches.
That's it?
And some Smoky Mountain and Memphis Belle barbecue sauce.
You know, I am a huge Mission Barbecue fan, so I'd be remiss if I didn't take the opportunity to make Millette and Tony very, very jealous by taking a big juicy bite of this.
Yeah.
On TV.
Give that man a napkin.
You guys like that?
Give that man a napkin.
That's a serious sandwich.
They don't do napkins at Mission Barbecue. They do paper towels.
That's right.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that looked good. That pulled pork. And the helicopter coming. So just great.
All right.
Thank you,
Joseph. We got to run. Thank you very much.
6 p.m. to 8 p.m., guys.
Great.
See you guys.
Thank you very much. All right, it is 6:38 right now. Coming up next on News 4 Today, President Trump now weighing in on Virginia's governor's race. We'll tell you what he's saying.
Plus, does going to the grocery store stress you out? If so, you're not alone. The one thing Americans say gives them the most stress while shopping.
And later, no mail for months. What's keeping carriers away from this Beltsville street and how the Postal Service is responding. We'll be back.
You're watching News 4 Today.
We are back now with a warning for Sam's Club shoppers. A recall has been issued for a popular fruit snack that possibly contains or is contaminated with listeria. According to the FDA, Members Mark freeze-dried fruit variety packs were distributed in more than 40 states, including Maryland and Virginia. The recall impacts boxes sold between July 1st and the 25th. So far, no illnesses have been reported. Anyone who bought the product should throw them out and go to any Sam's Club for a refund. Take your receipts. All right, if you're feeling the pinch on your wallet when you're grocery shopping, you are not alone.
Yeah, the price of feeding families is stressing out most Americans. A new AP poll finds that most adults nationwide worry about grocery costs. Rising prices and President Trump's tariff threats were most often cited as a reason for concern. The survey also found 4 in 10 Americans under the age of 45 say they've used buy now, pay later services when paying for groceries. The poll found that younger Americans were also worried about housing costs and debt.
It's all going up, unfortunately. Yeah.
All right. Jessica, what's the latest with our weather?
We're looking good throughout the rest of the morning. Nice and mild, mostly cloudy through the first half of the day. Second half of the day getting warmer, but one thing not going up, temperatures not until next week. What could be going up? Rain chances. I'm talking about a spotty chance for tomorrow. I'm going to time that out for you and let you know when 90s return. That's coming up.
Thank you, Jessica. A reminder, live local news continues wherever you stream. Catch First and Foremost weekdays at 7 a.m. We're back after this.
News 4 Today begins with breaking news.
And we are staying on top of that breaking news we've been following all morning. A 9-year-old boy is dead. 2 firefighters are being evaluated after a house fire.
And this started overnight at a home on Auth Road in Suitland. News 4's Juliana Valencia is live there with the breaking details. Just so sad, Juliana.
Yeah, no, this is a heavy morning for firefighters. It's difficult whenever anyone has to die, but whenever it's a child, it is especially difficult for these first responders. And before we were live here, you can see the fire investigators, they're on scene here, and the assistant fire chief who you see there, he just came over to tell me that they have not been able to find any working smoke detectors inside this home. The fire appeared to have started in the first floor and moved up to that second story where they found that 9-year-old boy. Take a listen.
Firefighters conducted a search of the structure, located the victim on the second floor. That victim was removed from the window by firefighters, placed in a medic unit, and subsequently transported to Children's Hospital. But again, we're still trying to determine how this fire originated. But unfortunately, we did lose a 9-year-old this morning.
And the Assistant Fire Chief Spriggs, he tells me that it was a neighbor who was trying to wake up the mother and that child, that the neighbor helps get the mom out of the window of the first story, but unfortunately that 9-year-old boy, he was in the second story, rescued by firefighters, but despite those life-saving efforts, did not make it. Again, just finding out here that there weren't any working smoke detectors inside the home. Crews will remain here until they determine the cause of the fire this morning. Back to you.
That entire community shattered by this awful story. Thank you, Juliana. Now we want to get to Decision 2025 and the closely watched governor's race in Virginia. This weekend, President Trump said he would endorse Republican Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl-Sears in her bid. She's facing Democratic nominee and former Virginia Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger. So far, Mr. Trump has kept quiet on the governor's race, but had this to say on Sunday.
I think probably she's got a tough race. She shouldn't have, but because the candidate she's running against is not very good. But I think she's got a tough race. But I would, yeah.
President Trump also spoke about newly confirmed former Fox News host Jeanine Pirro as U.S. Attorney for D.C. He said he's thrilled and thinks she will be fantastic. An official swearing-in ceremony will happen soon.
This morning, some neighbors in Beltsville are quite frustrated. They have not had mail delivered in months because of an aggressive dog on their street. The U.S. Postal Service confirmed to News 4 it suspended delivery to part of Elkridge Court after a dog attacked a mail carrier. The Postal Service says the carrier was chased on 2 other occasions. The dog in question is an American bully. The owner defended her pet and said the dog has never hurt anyone and is just protective. Neighbors say they have to go to the post office to pick up their mail.
I would like the mail delivered. and because I don't have to go to the post office all the time. It's something that we pay taxes for, and we should be able to receive it.
A post office spokesperson told News 4 it will not resume delivery until it knows the dog is going to be restrained and its carriers are safe. The owner says she is open to the idea of putting a mailbox closer to the street.
We have some new video to show you. This is a volcano in Russia erupting for the first time in 600 years. The overnight eruption sent a column of ash more than 3 miles into the sky. The volcano stands at more than 6,000 feet tall. Its last eruption took place around 1463, and no others have been reported since. Russian officials say the eruption it may be related to the huge earthquake that rocked Russia's Far East last week. Everything's just been awakened,
Right.
maybe.
Right.
Yeah. You know, that the shifts underground.
Yeah.
Right. Wow, that's really something to see. All right. How are we looking for today?
We're looking pretty good now. We're looking at more cloud cover, so not as much sun, but temperature-wise, we're feeling really great, nice and mild, comfortable and calm this morning. Mostly cloudy and dry today. You may notice that wildfire smoke today and tomorrow. Right now, there are no air quality alerts, but that's something we'll continue to keep an eye on and let you know the very latest. And some light rain for tomorrow and Thursday. A very spotty chance, and again, going to be light in nature, so not expected to cause any issues. But again, that wildfire smoke expected to make its way into our area. Maybe something that you'll notice could cause issues for those with respiratory issues. Right now, no issues with how it feels. Feeling great. Lower 60s for many of us. Quite refreshing as you walk out the door. Keeping temperatures nice and mild through the morning into the afternoon. Overall, comfortable temperatures in the low to mid 80s. Around 84 degrees. I say it's comfortable because it's well below average for this time of year. We should be somewhere near 90, but with the cloud cover kind of helping to keep things under control, 84 degrees going to feel quite nice for you this afternoon. Storm Team 4 radar looking dry except for off toward the south and west around Charlottesville and Luray, those around I-81. More of that moisture will be moving into our area tomorrow from the south toward the north, giving us a very spotty chance for rain for Wednesday and Thursday. When I say spotty, I mean many of us not seeing rain tomorrow. First half of the day completely staying dry, and there's that moisture from the south making its way off toward the north. 6 o'clock tomorrow could be wetting the roadways around the Beltway close to D.C. and not lasting long if you do happen to see some rain tomorrow. Overall, rain chances looking pretty limited. The heat looking limited throughout the rest of this week. Is not until next week we get back into the 90s, heating things up in a big way. The humidity comes back. Even the overnight lows increase back into the 70s, which is really where we should be for this time of year. Near 90 should be normal for this time of year, but for the rest of this week, going to stay below average. So go ahead and enjoy it, especially those morning temperatures in the 60s, Melissa.
All right. Thanks so much, Jessica. Still have a lot of things happening around town. Stafford, northbound Route 1, police investigation near Forest and Woods Drive. All lanes are still blocked there. Northbound, southbound, one lane is closed as well. Fredericksburg, northbound Route 1 at Market Street. All lanes blocked by the accident. These two crashes, both northbound Route 1, but about 18 miles apart. Outer Loop at Allentown Road, crash with an overturned vehicle. Stay left to get by. Bethesda, southbound Wisconsin, between East-West Highway and Montgomery Avenue, lanes blocked by the water main break. That is a very messy spot to have a closure, especially during a weekday morning commute. Southbound 270 and the outer loop Colesville to 270 are okay. Inbound on 66, 26 miles, 32 minutes. Northbound 95, 18 miles. From Quantico to the Beltway, going to take you 26 minutes.
Melissa, thank you so much. In today's For Your Reading, we have a look at the newest romance novel from a USA Today bestselling author. Maryland author Mia Sosa recently published her 12th book, When Javi Dumped Mari. And the story follows two best friends who make a pact that suddenly goes wrong when one of them decides to get married. Sosa talked to News 4 about her book and the inspiration behind it.
When Javi Dumped Mari is a story about two best friends who make a pact to always approve each other's romantic partners, except just when Javi is prepared to confess his feelings to his best friend, Mari flips the script and suddenly announces that she's getting married to someone Javi has never met. So now Javi's like, what? And what he decides is that he is going to use the 6 weeks ahead of the wedding to try to convince Mari that this marriage is a bad idea. I have been writing romance since 2015. And one day I had an epiphany. And it was that I met my husband in college. We were friends first, and then we dated, and then we got married. And so we are a friends to lovers romance. And as a romance author, I realized I had never written a true friends to lovers romance. And I thought, oh, I've got to fix this. And so this was the inspiration for the book.
And you can watch the full interview coming up on News 4 midday at 11 a.m.
4 things to know at 6:54. A 9-year-old boy is dead after an overnight house fire in Suitland. The flames broke out on Auth Road around 1:45 this morning. The boy was pulled from a second-floor window and taken to the hospital where he died. His mom made it out of the house with a neighbor's help.
The Montgomery County Inspector General released a report on MCPS and found what it calls serious lapses in important personnel security measures required by state law and county policy. It says in some cases, background checks were not completed and volunteers were not screened. Superintendent of Schools Thomas Taylor claims every current working employee has completed a criminal background check.
The National Park Service says it plans to restore and reinstall the statue of Confederate General Albert Pike in October. It has been held in storage since 2020 after it was toppled and burned by demonstrators during protests over the killing of George Floyd.
Tonight, national night out events are happening all across the country. Police districts in our region are hosting block parties, cookouts, and other family-friendly activities. And organizers say National Night Out is about strengthening police-community partnerships and getting neighbors to meet.
Here's Jessica with your forecast.
Yeah, looking really good today. Mostly cloudy. Temperatures feeling nice, still below average for the rest of this week. Spotty chance for rain for tomorrow and Thursday. Overall, rain chance is very limited for the rest of this week. Ending the week on a really nice note, nice and dry. Could see a shower or two on Sunday, and then cranking up the heat next week, getting back near 90. What a change that will be.
Oh, yeah, we got to get used to that.
Yeah.
Taking a look at the roads here this morning, some major issues. Northbound Route 1 at Forest and Woods Drive, police investigation, all lanes blocked there. Fredericksburg, northbound 1 near Market Street, all lanes blocked there as well. Outer loop at Allentown Road, overturned vehicle, and in Bethesda, southbound Wisconsin, closed between East-West Highway and Montgomery Avenue for a water main break.
All right, thank you so much, Melissa. The Today Show is next. A live look inside Studio 1A just ahead. They're helping you get ready for school with a complete guide for getting everything your family needs without breaking the bank. That's the key part.
That is the key part. All right.
Get local news updates throughout the morning.
Yep, and we thank you for joining us this morning. We hope you have a great day. Enjoy the weather.